Proof, the Game of Modern Logic by Lyman E. Allen, was the first resource allocation game, created in 1960. It teaches the fundamental ideas and rules of inference for symbolic logic. Proof is actually a series of 21 different games, eventually encompassing a full set of the rules of inference for a propositional calculus. It starts out with simple speed and recognition games designed to teach 6-year-olds how to recognize a well-formed formula, or WFF, WFF. WFFs are constructed by combining lowercase letters that represent statements with uppercase letters that represent rules of inference. For example, KPQ is a WFF that represents the statement P is true and statement Q is true. The K represents conjunction or and. CPQ is a WFF that represents the statement if statement P is true, then statement Q is true. So C represents the conditional rule of inference, commonly called if-then. N represents negation, so NQ represents the statement Q is not true. Once players have mastered the WFF identification games, they are ready to begin the various proof games. The proof games include a game board and cubes with letters representing the statements and rules of inference that are shaken at random to create a set of initial resources. The goal in the proof game is a WFF, a well-formed formula expression made with cubes from the initial shake. For example, KPQ. A solution in WFF proof is a series of expressions formed with cubes representing statements and rules of inference that represent the initial premises and rules of inference that can be employed in a proof that will result with the goal as its final conclusion. Clearly, this is the most involved resource allocation game in the series, and the proofs can become quite involved. Players begin playing proof games with a limited set of rules of inference and advance until all 13 rules are available to be used in the solution proofs. Like other resource allocation games, players alternate in moving cubes to the constraint areas on the game board. And these moves place constraints on how the particular cubes can be used in the solutions. Every move is evaluated by the other players to see if a correct challenge could be made, and that is how you win the games, by getting into a challenge and being correct. There are 3 reasons for challenging. First, you may challenge if you think that no solution is possible anymore. Or you may challenge if you think you can build a solution using just one more cube from the resources, in addition to those already played on the mat, to build a solution and results in the goal as the final step in the proof. Or if you think a previous move could have been correctly challenged, you can challenge the most recent mover for making a move instead of making the correct challenge. Studies have shown that 5 weeks of intensive play of WFF proof by summer school students resulted in an average increase in IQ scores of more than 21 points. This amazing result shows the power of resource allocation games to motivate students to learn advanced reasoning and thinking skills. You can purchase the entire 21 game kit for WFF proof together, or just the initial WFF games for a few dollars as a stocking stuffer for any future Einsteins in your own family that you wish to encourage.